Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Wednesday, June 26, 2024, breaking down the slate of games from a betting perspective. Let me know in the comments below what your MLB picks are for today, where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. It helps out the algorithm, guys. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. If you like premium picks, check them out. WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin, using the code Drew7 at checkout. Takes half off for the week, guys, so you can get a full slate of client action under $50. All right, first game up, 12:10 Eastern time. We get the Seattle Mariners, Tampa Bay Rays coming to you from the Trop, 12:10 Eastern here, so early start. George Kirby on the hill for the M's, Ryan Pepio on the hill for the Rays. 7.5 being the total. Mariners, slight road favorites, -115. 9 games over 500. They have struggled a little bit on the road, talking about the M's here. But George Kirby, he has been great. The first rounder out of Elon, the former Phoenix, 3.4 ERA, 89-9 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And he's been great of recent. Last 5 starts, 31 innings, 5 earned runs, 32-3 strikeout to walk ratio. So, I mean, he's been electric. What have you done for me recently? He has been great. On the other side of things, Pepio here for the Rays, 4.6 ERA, 7 walks in his last 8 innings pitched. So he's the guy struggling with a little bit of control. 11 earned runs in his last 3 starts, only lasting 12 innings. Guys, we've seen the Mariners bullpen kind of give up a couple runs here, so I wanted to cut this one down, go first 5 innings, early start. So we're going to know if this one cashes, by 1:30 Eastern time, most likely. Let's jump on the M's in the first 5, listing George Kirby as the starter. We'll head down the list here for the Rangers and Brewers. Next one up from Milwaukee, 2:10 Eastern start time. Nathan Eovaldi going for the Rangers, Colin Ray for the Brew Crew. Near pick'em price tag, -110, total of 8.5. Nathan Eovaldi, 6 earned runs, 5 walks in his last 9 innings. So recently he has not been all that great. I actually have Eovaldi and Ray, both starting pitchers, in my betting notes as look to fade. Both of them have seen velocity decreases in their last 3 starts. Eovaldi was throwing 97. Now he's down to 95 miles per hour in his most recent start. And Colin Ray going for Milwaukee, he was throwing 94 like 4 starts ago. Now he's only throwing 92. Velocity decreases could speak to injuries, could just speak to, arm not feeling as well. But it does usually speak to the offenses having more success. And sure enough, I mean, Colin Ray, he gave up 5 earned in 5 innings his last time out and had 0 strikeouts. When a guy doesn't have any strikeouts, not missing bats, that's not a bet on for me. And Eovaldi, 5 walks in his last 9, like we talked about. Milwaukee, actually on a nice overrun. They're 11 games, more overs than unders. 5 straight overs coming into Tuesday night action. They've smashed righties as well. I mean, it's 8.5 isn't that high of a total, guys. I mean, we get 9 runs, 5-4. We hit this over. I like it. Texas Rangers, Milwaukee Brewers. We're going up and over the total of 8.5. Next one up, a big one from Citi Field, New York versus New York, as we get the Yankees and the Mets in the Subway Series. Luis Gil going for the Bronx Bombers. Sean Manaea, the lefty, going for the Metropolitans. 8.5 being the total. We are seeing the Yankees -140 road favorites. 52 wins on the season, plus 14 units for the year. They've been good on the road, 28-14. But recently they haven't been playing their best baseball. I mean, losers of 6 of their last 8. Gil on the hill, he gave up 7 earned his last time out against Baltimore. Now, could that just be a blip? I mean, the Orioles offense is pretty electric, and the 9 starts before that were solid. But it is something to watch here with the Yankees starter. He's up against Manaea. First off, I mean, the Mets, we talked about it on last night's show, 9-2, their last 11. They are playing their best baseball of the season. And Manaea, he's a bet-on guy. I mean, his velocity, actually the opposite of what we talked about in the last game, it's increased from 92 to 94 miles per hour. He's only given up 6 hits in his last 2 starts combined. This Mets offense has been hot. Over the last 5 weeks, a top 5 offense in MLB. The bullpen has actually been better of recent as well. So plus $1.25 here on the home dog. The Metropolitans are barking, guys. Subway Series, we're jumping on the Mets over the Yankees. Next one up, we got AL East battle with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Jays coming in, losers of 7 straight, heading into Tuesday night baseball, just 35-43 on the season. Guerrero Rodriguez, their starter here. He is catching a big dog price. He's up against Cutter Crawford going for the Red Sox. Sox minus 145, total of 9 in this one from Fenway. We are in the 7:10 Eastern hour for both this one and the Subway Series. Rodriguez, if you don't know much about him, he hasn't made all that many starts in the show. 27-year-old Cuban, 5-year, $32 million contract. So he's made 5 starts, 5 ERA, 17-11 strikeout to walk ratio. That's not all that great. I mean, when you look at his minor league numbers, he's only pitched this year in the U.S., and he had 15 strikeouts per 9 in AAA. So he's a guy that can kind of light it up and miss bats. The only problem is he's had walk issues as well. And walk issues in MLB can sometimes come back to haunt you. So I'm not looking to kind of bet on him until he figures the control out. And he's up against Cutter Crawford here. I like this kid. 3.6 ERA, 95 strikeouts, only 78 hits given up in 92 innings pitched. Boston has been playing great baseball, guys. Look at their record, 43-36. I mean, they kind of get overshadowed by Baltimore and the New York Yankees there in the AL East, the team that not a lot of people had picked to kind of make the playoffs. Well, they're right in the mix here in the AL. Winners of 8 of their last 9 heading into Tuesday night action. I think we get the hotter lineup, the better lineup overall right now. Let's jump on the Sox, laying the 45 cents at home over the Blue Jays. We're talking the Dodgers and the White Sox for the 3rd straight game here as we get the LA Dodgers up against the Chicago White Sox on the south side. Gavin Stone going for LA. Eric Fetty going for the Sox. 8.5 being the total, minus 190. That is the Dodgers as the road favorite. 8 o'clock Eastern hour here, 8:10 to be exact. And we're jumping on the Dodgers, guys, minus the run line. We've done it a couple times in a row here on the show. And when you look at the Dodgers overall, first off, Gavin Stone, 4-0 his last 5 starts, just 7 earned in those 5 starts, 22 strikeouts. The Dodgers' last 6 wins have come by 2 runs or more, so they are covering the run line at a pretty hefty clip here. In the White Sox, losers of 5 of their last 6, only 21 wins on the season, 21-59 now. So they're rounding the corner of 60 losses already. We're still in the month of June. They do have Fetty on the hill, a first-rounder out of UNLV, the former running Rebel. Decent numbers, but when you look at the better lineups, he's struggled a bit, and he's going up against the number 1 lineup in baseball for the full season by weighted runs created plus. They've smashed righties as well, talking about the Dodgers, and a huge bullpen edge here towards the Dodgers. Lastly, we talked about it on last night's show. The White Sox against righties, the worst lineup in baseball. They're the worst lineup overall, but particularly against righties, 20-team OPS points lower than the number 29 team. That's the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this team has struggled. Gavin Stone's been hot. Let's lay the run line, lay the wood with the LA Dodgers. Got 1 game left here, guys. A reminder, smash that like button if you're liking the content. Comment below. What your MLB picks are, all is welcome. And we do have the promo here, Drew 7 for a week of service for under $50 at checkout, Drew 7. You get the whole week there, guys. A recap of Saturday and Monday's show, because the Tuesday show picks are still going on. On Saturday, we went 4-3 plus 0.9 units. And on Monday, 3-3. minus 0.2 units. So that's 7-3 on the last 2 shows for plus 0.7 units. I know a lot of you guys asking for that in the comments below. What else you want to see? I know best bets, that's coming to you as well. So stay tuned. But we'll hit the last game for the show here. The Minnesota Twins, Arizona Diamondbacks. We get Simeon Woods Richardson on the hill, and Richardson committing a minus 115 price tag. That's the Twins as the road favorite up against Ryan Nelson going for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Total of 9 here. Arizona, 2 games under 500. Minnesota, 43-35. This lineup is hot. You go over the last 2 weeks, they got over a 160 weighted runs created plus number. That is scoring major runs here. Their lineup now in the top 10 for the full season, the hottest lineup overall in baseball. They got a big bullpen edge here. And Richardson on the hill, 3.2 ERA. His numbers look good. He's up against Nelson, the second rounder out of Oregon, the former Duck, over a 5 ERA still on the season and only 42 strikeouts in 64 innings. So a lot of times in MLB, when you're not striking guys out at that big of a clip, it comes back to haunt. He's also given up almost 80 hits for the season in those, 64 innings. So I think Minnesota, the hotter lineup here, the better lineup overall, just paying 15 cents. Let's jump on the Twins late night on or near the West Coast in the desert there. So guys, in recap with the best bet as well, we have the West Coast action here. Minnesota over Arizona, minus 115 on the Twins. The best bet for the show will be the LA Dodgers laying the wood, minus 1.5 on the run line, listing Gavin Stone as the starter. We get the Boston Red Sox minus 145 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Subway Series. We are taking the Metropolitans. The underdog is barking in Citi Field, plus $1.25. We get Texas and Milwaukee. We're jumping on this over, guys. 8.5. Fading both of the two starters, velocity decreases, and riding that Brewers over trend. And for the first game up, early start here, 12:10 Eastern time, Seattle Mariners, George Kirby as the starter in the first 5 over the Tampa Bay Rays. Guys, that does it for Wednesday's show. I am Drew Martin. Check them out, WagerTalk.com. We'll be back tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Smash that like button. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.